from the station taking action for you. This is ABC Action News.
It's decision day in Florida. Right now it's 6 votes pouring in across the Bay Area for each party's presidential pick.
What is at stake and how the fastest growing voting group in the state could shake things up. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan.
And I'm Jamison Euler. We're just 2 hours away from the final polls closing here in Florida.
And all eyes are on our state. The primary results here tonight could reshape the race.
We have team coverage tonight tracking the candidates all across the state.
But first, we begin with our Adam Weiner live in Tampa with today's turnout and the impact of that fastest growing voting group. Adam?
And that group, of course, is Puerto Ricans, many of whom voting here in West Tampa today at precincts like here at the St. John's Presbyterian Church here in West Tampa. Right now, there's about 10 or 15 people in line to vote. But I talked to the volunteer manning the front door there. He tells me that's about as long as it's been. For the most part, it's been what he called slow and steady. And that's good news that we haven't seen long lines, at least here in the Tampa Bay area, because some native Puerto Ricans I talked to today say that they think there is already too many barriers for people in their community to vote.
The sample ballot they send you in Spanish and in English, but when you get over there, there's no one to help you.
Janet Grinnell's been living in Tampa for decades and speaks great English, but she worries for her fellow native Puerto Ricans who don't.
So what happens when a Hispanic goes there to vote or to any place and they're not informed, they need help? They'd rather say, I'll leave and I won't do anything.
Grinnell and her daughter voted this morning, and they think each polling place should have a bilingual volunteer because Florida has such a large Puerto Rican population.
They're moving to Orlando and then Tampa because there's more job opportunity.
Job opportunities in Florida have led to a spike in the Hispanic population here. 24% of Floridians now identify as Hispanic, and much of that increase comes from Puerto Ricans leaving the island. Now there's nearly 700,000 more registered Puerto Rican native voters in Florida than there were just 10 years ago.
They're kind of the low-hanging fruit because they're already citizens. They already have that right to vote.
Jonathan Torres used to do Hispanic outreach for the Republican Party in Florida, and he is paying close attention.
I think the difference maker here today for this election is going to be the Hispanic community. Can Marco Rubio turn out the Cuban vote? Is he able to capitalize on the momentum in Puerto Rico and have them turn out for him in Central Florida?
In an interview with ABC Action News earlier today, Senator Marco Rubio confirmed that outlook.
We actually won the primary in Puerto Rico, got over 70% of the vote there, and we think that translates over to the Tampa-Orlando region.
Now back here in West Tampa, not seeing any super long lines, at least at the moment. And part of the reason may be that there's been a lot of mail-in ballots and a lot of early voting. I did the math in Hillsborough County, for instance. About 17% of Hillsborough County voters cast their ballot before primary day. And in Pinellas County, that number was up to nearly a quarter. Nearly 25% of voters did their ballot before primary day. So that may be helping a lot of people if you're still interested in voting right now. For now, live in Tampa, Adam Weiner, ABC Action News.